has a way of creeping in, uninvited, overwhelming every part of me. It feels heavy, unrelenting, as if it's trying to pull me under. But deep down, I know that I am stronger than this moment, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. I've been here before, in this place where the weight seemed unbearable, yet I made it through. If I could rise then, I can rise now. This pain is not the end of me. It's the beginning of something new, something powerful. I remind myself that this hurt is temporary. It might linger longer than I'd like, but it will pass. Just like a storm eventually clears to reveal a calm sky, this moment will fade, leaving behind lessons and strength I didn't know I had. Right now, it feels impossible, but I've faced the impossible before. I have to hold on to that truth and keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Each step matters, no matter how small. Sometimes I need to pause and breathe, not to escape the pain, but to remind myself that I am still here. My breath is proof of my resilience, proof that I am alive and capable of enduring this. I tell myself that it's okay to feel hurt, okay to feel lost, and okay to feel unsure. I don't need to have all the answers today. What I need is to trust myself, to believe that I will figure it out, just as I always have. Pain isn't here to define me. It's here to refine me. It's shaping me into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. I tell myself that even though I didn't choose this pain, I can choose what to do with it. I can let it break me, or I can let it build me. And I choose to let it build me. I choose to see it as fuel for the fire within me, a fire that refuses to be extinguished no matter how strong the winds blow. This is not the first time I've felt like giving up, but I've always found a reason to keep going. I remind myself of all the times I doubted my ability to rise, and yet, here I am. I am stronger than my doubts, stronger than my fears, and stronger than this pain. I tell myself that I don't have to have it all figured out right now. All I need is to trust in my ability to keep going. I look back at the struggles I've overcome and realize that every challenge has taught me something. Every setback has prepared me for this moment. I'm not the same person that I was yesterday, and that's a good thing. I am growing, even if the growth feels uncomfortable or slow. I remind myself that strength doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from facing it and choosing to keep moving forward, no matter how hard it gets. I tell myself that I am worthy of joy and healing, even if it feels distant now. This pain doesn't diminish my worth. It doesn't define who I am. It's just a chapter, not the entire story. I hold on to the hope that brighter days are ahead, because I know they are. I've seen them before, and I'll see them again. I choose to speak to myself with love and encouragement. I tell myself that it's okay to rest when I'm tired, to cry when I need to, and to lean on others when the weight feels too heavy to carry alone. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of courage. I remind myself that I don't have to do this alone. I have the strength within me, but I also have the support around me. In moments when the pain feels overwhelming, I remind myself of my purpose. I think about the dreams I'm chasing, the people I love, and the life I want to build. These are the reasons I keep going, even when it feels hard. I tell myself that every step I take, no matter how small, brings me closer to the life I envision. I may not see the results now, but they are coming. I trust the process and trust myself. Turning pain into power isn't easy, but it's possible. It starts with believing that I am capable of transforming my struggle into strength. It's a process of choosing again and again to rise above the pain. I tell myself that I am not defined by what has happened to me, but by how I respond to it. And today, I choose to respond with resilience, with hope, and with the unwavering belief that I have the power to overcome. I remind myself that this journey is mine, and I have the ability to shape it, even in the face of adversity. Life has thrown challenges my way, but these challenges are not here to destroy me. They are here to show me just how much strength I truly have. It's in these moments of difficulty that my character is being forged. Pain is not an end. It's a transformation, a bridge that leads to a stronger, more resilient version of me. I talk to myself, not in anger or frustration, but with understanding and care. I acknowledge my hurt, my struggles, and my fears, but I don't let them control me. Instead, I use them as reminders that I am human, that I feel deeply, and that I care. These feelings, as hard as they are, mean that I am alive and present. I tell myself that this is my proof of resilience, that I am capable of weathering this storm and coming out stronger on the other side. In the silence of my mind, I often hear doubts and fears whispering, trying to convince me that I am not enough, or that this pain will last forever. But I refuse to let those voices take root. I counter them with my own voice, louder and more determined. I remind myself of my victories, no matter how small they may seem. I think of the moments when I felt weak, but still chose to stand. The times I stumbled, but kept moving forward. These moments are proof of my strength. I recognize that pain is not my enemy. It's a teacher, albeit a harsh one, showing me things about myself I might not have seen otherwise. It reveals the depth of my endurance, the breadth of my courage, and the strength of my will. It reminds me that I am capable of growth, even in the face of the most challenging circumstances. I choose to learn from this, to let it guide me toward greater self-awareness and inner power. There's a fire within me, one that cannot be extinguished by hardship. It flickers and wavers sometimes, but it never goes out. I fan the flames with every act of self-compassion, every moment of perseverance, and every time I choose to believe in myself, even when it's hard. This fire is my hope, my strength, and my drive. It's the part of me that refuses to give up, no matter how tough things get. I remind myself that I am not alone in this. Even though the pain may feel isolating, I know that others have walked similar paths and found their way through. Their strength inspires me, and their stories remind me that healing is possible. I tell myself that my journey too can inspire someone else one day. By turning my pain into power, I can become a beacon of hope for others who are struggling. In my quiet moments, I visualize the future I want to create. I see myself free from the weight of this pain, standing tall and proud, having turned my struggles into stepping stones. This vision fuels me, reminding me why I keep pushing forward. It's not just about surviving this moment. It's about thriving beyond it, about using my experiences to build a life of meaning and purpose. I refuse to let pain dictate my story. It is a chapter, but it is not the whole book. I have the pen in my hand, and I am the author of my life. I choose to write a story of resilience, of growth, and of triumph. I choose to see myself not as a victim of my circumstances, but as a warrior who fights through them. Every time I rise after a fall, I prove to myself that I am capable of more than I ever imagined. I am not defined by my pain, but by how I choose to face it. I tell myself that I have the power to transform my hurt into strength, my fear into courage, and my struggles into victories. This power is mine, and no one can take it from me. As I move forward, I carry with me the lessons I've learned. I hold on to the knowledge that I am strong, capable, and worthy. I remind myself that every challenge I face is an opportunity to grow and evolve. And as I turn my pain into power, I step into a version of myself that is braver, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. This is my journey, and I am proud of the person I am becoming. I refuse to let the world tell me who I am or what I can become. The power I hold within me is not dictated by circumstances or opinions. It is born from my own will to rise, to embrace the imperfections of my journey, and to see every scar as a symbol of my strength. I talk to myself with kindness, like a friend who believes in me even when the road feels impossible. I remind myself that my value does not diminish because of struggles. It grows as I overcome them. Pain has a way of making everything feel heavy, but I choose to see it as a weight that strengthens me, like lifting burdens to build resilience. Each moment of perseverance is a victory, a reminder that I am still here, still standing, and still fighting for the life I deserve. I speak to my heart, telling it to keep beating with hope, no matter how faint it may feel at times. My soul is not broken, it is unyielding, bending but never breaking under the weight of my trials. I embrace the fact that life is not linear, that healing and growth are processes, not destinations. There are days when I feel strong, and others when I feel like I am barely holding on. But even in my weakest moments, I remind myself that I am still making progress. I refuse to let setbacks define me. They are just pauses, moments for reflection, not the end of my story. I am constantly evolving, becoming someone who understands that strength is not the absence of pain, but the courage to move through it. When I look at the path I've walked, I see not only the struggles, but also the triumphs. I see the moments when I chose to keep going, when I refused to let despair win. These choices, as small as they may have seemed at the time, are the foundation of the power I now feel growing within me. I tell myself that it's okay to be proud of these moments, to celebrate my resilience. Each step forward, no matter how difficult, is a testament to my determination. There is a part of me that whispers, "You can do this," even when the rest of me doubts. I choose to listen to that voice, to amplify it until it drowns out the noise of fear and self-doubt. I remind myself that I have survived every hard day I've ever faced, that I have the tools to face whatever comes next. My pain does not control me. It fuels me. It pushes me to dig deeper, to find strength I didn't know I had. As I move forward, I let go of the need for perfection. I accept myself as I am, flawed and human, but endlessly capable. I speak to myself with compassion, forgiving myself for past mistakes, and giving myself permission to grow at my own pace. I remind myself that I am worthy of love, happiness, and success, not because I am free from pain, but because I have embraced it and used it to build a stronger foundation for my life. I envision a future where I am not defined by my struggles, but by how I chose to rise above them. I see myself as a source of light, not only for myself, but for others who may be walking similar paths. I tell myself that my pain has purpose, that it has given me empathy, strength, and the ability to connect with others on a deeper level. I remind myself that by turning my pain into power, I am creating a ripple effect of resilience and hope. In the quiet of my mind, I find a sense of peace. It's not the absence of challenges, but the presence of self-belief that brings it. I'm not perfect, and I don't need to be. I'm strong, I am growing, and I am enough. I tell myself these truths over and over until they become the foundation of how I see myself. This is my time to turn pain into power, to take control of my narrative, and to become the person I was always meant to be.